What is going on, everybody? Welcome back today, guys, to the channel. Today, I wanted to go over my runs from the last event that I was just at with the G35. If you guys don't know, I had a pretty busy October. Just came from the Addon World Tour event in Canada, which was a lot of fun. I was actually on track for day 2, one of the clipping points, just getting some really good runs out there. If you guys missed that episode, definitely go ahead and take a look at that. Sadly, though, Hurt wasn't there, as well as Evan Shanks, two people that I really wanted to see. Maybe one day it'll all line up once again, but we did get to see Adam LZ and Chris Rudnick throw down a couple times, and that was really cool to see amongst a handful of other people. But today, though, like I said, I wanted to go through my runs from my last event that I went to, which was the Canadian Drift Series Round 3 at TMP Cayuga. Now, if you guys didn't see this episode, make sure you guys go ahead and do so if you wanted to just watch it without my commentary going through it. But I have an event coming up for one last one of the season before the car just goes away for the winter. Maybe do some changes, hopefully. But the biggest thing, though, I want to watch my runs. I wanted to see what I did and did not do out there. And if you guys haven't seen my car yet, it's a 2003 G35. We have a welded diff on the back of it with an N300 inside the pumpkin. We have Sickie solid aluminum subframe bushings, differential bushings. What else here? Coilovers, plenum spacer, handbrake, dual caliper, right? That's really about it. There's really not too much to it. I'd like to get into some power modifications soon, but we just did plugs on there, new Y pipe, so it was sounding good. It was feeling good. It's my first run of the day out here. Just drove the car all the way to the event, and really just kind of timid coming into this first corner. And thankfully I was, because the car in front of me ended up actually spinning out on the first corner, and it kind of was closer than I wanted it to be. Thankfully, I seen it in time, got on the brakes a little bit, and you can see there wasn't very much time to react to those situations. So you really got to be vigilant when you're out there with other cars. And you know, people will communicate with you when you're on the line to stay back if you are a lead driver that you don't know what you're doing. So there was a few times when I was there just saying, you know, I'm a lead driver, maybe give me some space out there, at least in the practice runs. And it really did at least up your confidence going into those corners, knowing that there's not going to be somebody right on you. And I just wanted to focus mainly on linking this section. This was the hardest part to me because I haven't really done anything like this to Manji on these sections, you know, going into another corner. So this was all new to me today, and that was the biggest thing moving into that. And I did struggle a little bit on actually trying to keep angle as I was hitting those Manjis. I felt like a few times I was going a little bit too quick side to side going into the next corner. But right, I mean, again, it was all first time for me, right? So I really didn't know what to expect on how the car was going to react. I also had fresh tires on the car for the event, and I only had one set, so I wasn't trying to, you know, do crazy burnouts at the start to warm them up or anything like that, because I really didn't know how much tire I was going to have for the entire day. So they did last the whole day, which was nice, but it really started to feel a lot better moving into the end of the day. And right here, I got my first taste of almost full lock coming around on that transition for the Manji, setting up into this corner. And right, it's something that you don't know what's going to happen until you actually end up doing it with the car. And you know, the car was feeling pretty good. I was feeling pretty confident with it. And I know there's a lot of times where I get asked, you know, does it relate to the simulator side of things? And of course it does, right? The same hand movements, the foot movements, you know, what to expect from the transitions. But the biggest thing, though, is you don't feel the speed when you're on the simulator, and you can really feel that when you are out there, and the danger that also comes with that, right? On this initiation at the start, there's a wall to the right, and you know, I want to be a little bit closer next time out. You can see on these runs that I'm very timid on the initiation. I barely even, you know, try to flick it. I'm just really relying on the handbrake, which looking back, I wish I wasn't so much. But again, though, we have to start somewhere, it feels like, right? I'm trying not to touch the handbrake as much when I'm out there. Sometimes it's a good safety aid to start the drift. I know it's not the best at learning and, you know, really teaching proper drifting mechanics, but I guess it got the job done, right? It was enough for me to get the car sideways on this initiations, where I really didn't have a lot of time to run these sections to get confident with the car. So that was really my basic crutch to keep the car, you know, where I wanted it to be. And right there, you can see the car kick out on me. Almost just lost it at the start, and you can see I'm ready on that handbrake so early, which I wish I wasn't. Maybe trying to get a little bit better next year, start to flick it in. But I had a pretty good starting run here. You can see right here, I get a little bit tough to flick it, almost straighten out, get a nice little flick into the next section there, and I don't know what to expect, right? I'm on the handbrake, ready to go for it. I was able to hold it out a little bit, got a bit pumpy on that last corner, and ended up pulling it away for a first run in a battle. That was my very first battle ever with the banner on the car. So that was really cool to be able to lead and not actually spin out and keep it on track. However, though, I wish I had a little bit more angle at the start. So this was the chase battle, run 1 on the chase, and I don't know what to expect. I am nervous at this point, trying to just keep up with them. You can see him pull a little bit away on me, and he's got a pretty good initiation. He's a little bit closer on that first clip, and I'm just trying to get as close as I can on this transition. That's one of the biggest things. I don't want to go too wide, which I do anyways, but I think I catch him quite a bit on this transition. You can see me fumble the wheel a little bit, not knowing if the car was going to come back exactly where I wanted to. Was able to just kind of tuck it in. I don't know. I guess I got closer than I thought I was, and that was our first battle, and that actually ended up giving me the W on that run. So I was very shocked to see the outcome of that. I didn't really know what to expect because I didn't know if I straightened up enough to, you know, screw up the chase driver on that first run, but I was happy nonetheless. All right, I was really just, you know, that progressed the day with the confidence level and trying to throw the car harder and harder as I was doing so. And you'll see that at the end, after I got eliminated, I was really able to start to feel the tires start to cook up and start to actually slide the way that I wanted it to, which was a huge thing, right? Because right now the tires are still pretty grippy. They have a lot of life left on them, probably what, like 80% or so. They're 225 45 18s, and right, they were brand new, like I said. So I didn't really know, you know, how grippy the car was going to feel. I was just hoping it wasn't going to, you know, snap back on me or something like that. So I was just really expecting the unexpected, if that makes sense. And we got the W. So that was really cool. We actually had to park the car back into the lineup every time. My welded differential absolutely hated it, but yeah, and probably my clutch did too. And we're back out again. So it was cool though. We actually got to all just park up. You can take your pictures, whatever you wanted to, but it was almost a surreal moment being on the track in this tournament battle, right? It was really cool. And just a huge shout out to the staff behind the event that ran it, TMP Cayuga as well too, Canadian Drift Series. It went super smooth. There was no issues whatsoever, start to finish. Everybody, you know, followed instructions. They had the walkies going on to make sure everybody knew what was going on, and it just flowed. I had no idea what to expect considering this was my first event that I ever went to. So this was, I do believe, top 16 now. This was run number 1 on the lead once again. I couldn't believe it. I drew both lead runs, and obviously, if you guys know me, I hate leading. Even on video games, I hate leading. So, you know, it sucked that I was now leading IRL, and once again, relying on that handbrake for that initiation. Definitely something that I don't want to have to do next time out, and I'll definitely be looking to swing the car more and really do it. But again, I wasn't even really thinking about it. I think all technique went out the window as soon as I heard battle, but I think I did a lot better job at swinging the car on this section of the track, and that was one of the biggest things that I was trying to do. And however though, it wasn't good enough, obviously, because I ended up spinning out on probably one of the most easiest sections, I thought, at least, until the car just decided to swing it around. I don't really know exactly what happened on that. Huge shout out to the gentleman that was on the chase, because that was a tough spot to see and slow down on and not hit me. So right, that definitely could have been bad. And this was run number 2. Obviously I knew something had to happen, and it did. He ripped that bumper completely off in the dirt, which was crazy to see the debris come back at me and just explode with the dirt trail. Pretty cool to see it all happen. Definitely, you know, unfortunate though, but it was just a crazy event to see, and definitely something that I will not forget though. Battle number 2, one more time, because obviously we both went off the track. Now my clutch actually started to give me issues at this time, and it was getting softer as this progressed. I ended up just deciding to send the car either way. My clutch point went all the way down about maybe 3/4, but it was still engaging completely fine. So I didn't really feel that there was an issue with it in terms of not progressing. Still had my gearing, so I just sent it anyways. But this was a tough one, because this, I needed to stay on the track, and again, going off on the exact same spot. I don't know, I felt like I was losing front grip on some of these, and maybe I need to start looking into some fresh rubber on the front. Also, maybe some driver skill, some seat time will definitely help, and that is what I wanted to do for today, was review these runs, watch what I was doing, what I wasn't doing, and if you guys have seen anything, let me know in the comment section down below. But shout out though to that red Lexus. He actually knew who I was and watched a bit of the channel as well too, so we chatted a little bit after the battles, and I do believe he got his bumper back, and I think it was actually okay, so that was not bad to see. But just an overall great day. It was a lot of fun. These runs that I'm watching here were some of the better runs on the back half of the track. After you got eliminated, you can go back here and drift it around. So definitely just seat time was the biggest thing for this event. I wanted to get more seat time and just enjoy the car, and that is what I wanted to do, and we accomplished that for this outing. So that was a lot of fun. Huge thank you to everybody that came by, and definitely enjoyed once again driving the car, right? I feel like I didn't do enough of it these last few years, so I feel like I'm getting more seat time as it progresses and, you know, starts to roll the ball a little bit more. And of course, with that comes confidence on these runs as well too, and learning the vehicle as well, which is the biggest thing. And I'm slowly starting to learn the car a lot more and being able to slide it and, you know, throw it in on these initiations rather than relying on the handbrake. So that's going to be my goal on this next event, is less handbrake out there on the track, man. Huge thanks for watching and following. If you guys haven't already, subscribe with post notifications every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you guys back here tomorrow on the channel. I'm out. Peace.